Hello, I'm Caroline Flint. Another 3 minutes of wisdom on childbirth. I hope you'll enjoy it. This is session 2. Session 2 is more about being a mammal, because that's what I was trying to point out in my first video, was that the most important thing about you and having a baby is that you are a mammal. And because you're a mammal, and because you've been on the planet 200 million years and have perfected childbirth, have made it really, really, really good, your body is reacting to pregnancy in the most brilliant of ways. First of all, progesterone and a hormone called relaxin is making your body much, 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 much softer and stretchier. So your vagina is softer and stretchier. Your pelvis, we looked at the pelvis last time, your pelvis is really soft and stretchy, moves an enormous amount, much more than any non-pregnant person's pelvis does, which means that it changes in labour and allows the baby to slide through it and go through it. It's absolutely brilliant. And in my last session, I did point out that in 22 years of running a birth centre, we only had one woman who gave birth on a bed. Well, the reason for that is because it's really uncomfortable giving birth on a bed. It's really uncomfortable lying on a bed. I've got some pictures here from my last book, which was called Do Birth, and you'll see Helen has drawn for us pictures of women in labour. This bottom one is a woman leaning on a windowsill, and the midwife, or her birth companion, I don't know who it is massaging her back, stretching her back, but she's able to move her bottom, like this woman here who's leaning forward on a chair, and you can see she's rotating her bottom and actually changing her pelvic diameters very dramatically because she's moving her bottom so much. Here's somebody who's leaning against a work surface. Work surfaces are very good in labour because you can lean forward on them really comfortably. Here's more, a woman leaning out of the leaning out. Yes, that's actually the same, isn't it? So let's have a look at some other ones here. We've got a woman here, these were all drawn by Helen Chown as well. We've got a woman here kneeling against a chair. Her partner is there, comfortable but able to rub her back when necessary, as this partner is doing. This is a woman against a beanbag. Many hospitals have bean bags, which are jolly useful, I have to say. Here's a woman in a position I suspect she didn't choose. She is being encouraged by her midwife to go up and down stairs sideways. Now, can you just picture that? Can you just picture the pelvis when you go up and down stairs sideways? It's been stretched and moved, so it gives an opportunity for the baby to move into a really advantageous position. Here we've got a woman in a birth pool, and her partner is there close. She can smell him, feel him, hear him, and he's able to stroke her and say loving things to her. Here's a woman sitting on a chair. Her partner is lying on the bed, encouraging her. The most important thing, encouragement. You can do it. You can manage. You're doing fine. You're doing brilliantly. You're wonderful. You're managing so well. Absolutely brilliant. And here's a baby coming, and the midwife's catching the baby. Now, that woman's pelvis, can you see that her sacrum and coccyx, that flexible bone at the back, is able to flap up out of the way? And her perineum, which is a piece of skin between the anus and the vagina, is able to stretch and has no pressure on it, so it can just stretch and enable the baby to slide out, so you don't get, you don't get any tearing or anything horrid like that. It's just smooth and beautiful, brilliant, and it's much less painful. I mean, I'm not saying it's not painful, of course it's painful having a thing the size of a don't know, football, no, not, it isn't the size of a football, but having something like that coming out of your vagina can never be described as comfortable, but this makes it so much easier. So, those are the positions you will choose if you are given the opportunity, if the midwives are open enough to you being able to move around. The next session I want to do is on the baby, because the baby is not just sitting there as a sort of passive passenger. The baby is really busy inside you, doing amazing things, and that's what I want to look at next. The next session is going to be on what the baby is doing while you're in labour. So if you want to comment, if you want to criticise, if you want to join in, these are the contacts. And the book that the page was from is Childbirth, and I think it's quite cheap, about £6.99. Anyway, see you again soon.